What's up, YouTube? This is Angel, and I'm back here again with another discussion video or vlog, whatever you guys want to call it. Basically, that's my son in the background. Well, that's my oldest because my youngest is asleep right now. But basically, it's like today's topic. I wanted to talk about: will you ever stop gaming? And what I mean by that is, in the future or even right now, do you see yourself ever not playing video games anymore? You know, I mean, you might be younger than me, or even older than me, or my age. You know, I'm barely 22. You know, so I mean, for me, for my personal opinion, I feel like I don't think I'll ever stop gaming, and if I do, then I hope it's probably when I'm 100 years old. I mean, God be willing. I mean, who knows? You know, I mean, I don't know the future. But for me, I think my gaming has cut back from what it used to be. Like when I was in middle school or in high school. The days when I would, come home from school. Or like I would ditch back then. And just come home and chill and play video games. But now that I'm a dad and a husband, I used to think, like, back then I used to think, like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to be able to play games anymore. I'm not going to be able to chill with my friends or my homies or whatnot. And truth be told, I mean, I'm still able to game even though I've become a man. Even though I've become a dad and a husband, to put it in better terms. You know, growing up, I mean, it never stopped me from playing games. You know, some people, they'll be in their late 20s, early 30s, and they barely realize that there's so many games out now that you can play. And I mean, and it's amazing because there's so many generations that'll appeal to every different type of person. You know, for me, I started gaming with the 5th gen, with the Nintendo 64, and then I moved up to the 6th gen, which was the PS2, and then I played the Xbox. So like, once I would go to my cousin's house, and then I would then I got stuck with the 7th gen, which was the PS3. That was my first real console that I ever owned. And then I moved on to having the Wii, the Nintendo Wii. Then after that, fast forward to like 2013. Now it's the 8th gen. PS4 and then Xbox One, things like that. So I mean, my gaming has always evolved in basically like the years of my life. So I mean, I've seen it from Nintendo 64 up to now, basically. And I know some of you guys, that are watching, have played games since the 80s or maybe even the 70s. I mean, I don't know the whole history, but I mean, from that era, my mother, she's from 1960, so she grew up, playing Pong, playing Mrs. Pac-Man or like Galaga, going to the arcades, things like that. My sisters, they were born in the 80s. So they grew up, having the Super Nintendo and all of those systems, and playing those games. But for me, I mean, I started gaming with the Nintendo 64, PS2, Game Boy Advance, pretty much those handhelds. And then growing up, going to my cousin's houses in Los Angeles, things like that, playing the Xbox, playing the original Halo, playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 3. I mean, all those wonderful titles, that were from the 5th and the 6th gen. And then once I got to high school, my parents bought me my first PS3. And playing that, I mean, it was amazing, and I couldn't believe that there was such these amazing graphics, playing Uncharted, the first one, and being blown away by the graphics that game had, going from PS2 and going from Nintendo 64, things like that. There's such an involvement in the gaming industry and with developers now that it's just gonna keep getting better graphically and performance-wise, I believe. A lot of people, there's a lot of haters nowadays with the current gen saying, oh, the PS4 and the Xbox One, they're not outputting what they really should be putting. Like, are they really next generation type systems? So I mean, a lot of people hate on them, but for me, I mean, I love them, and I'm blessed, to have them and to be able to play those games with my wife, which, she wasn't into gaming at first when I met her, when we started dating, almost gonna be 4 years ago, and now that we're married and about to be married for 1 year next month, so I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. Um, you know, she wasn't into gaming, but I mean, I got her into gaming. You know, playing, showing her Resident Evil 5 on the PS3, and then getting into Grand Theft Auto, showing her Gears of War on the Xbox 360. You know, games like that. You know, like basically like the split screen experience. You know, that I would experience with my cousins when I was younger, on the Xbox and on the Nintendo 64 and PS2 days, and the GameCube also. And so I've always thought about it, even when I was younger. You know, like, oh shit, man. You know, I'm getting older now, and am I still gonna be able to have time to play games or go over a friend's house? You know, once I get older and I get married and I have kids, and you know, like all these things. You know, that I would think when I was younger. And now that I'm older now, and now that I actually do have a wife and I do actually have kids, and you know, working, you know, and doing this whole big transition, you know, going to Texas and things like that, God be willing, between Christmas time and the early weeks of January, you know, I've always felt like my gaming has got cut down, but I'm still able to play the games that I love when I can play. I mean, most of my time is dedicated to my family, so when I get to play, I mean, I take advantage of that, you know. I mean, I always think maybe in the future, you know, maybe the systems, they'll be so advanced that, you know, it'll be more like VR, like PlayStation VR, or like things in that nature. But for now, I mean, I'm still enjoying, you know, the systems. You plug it in and you're able to play them. That's my wife and my son in the background. They're playing on the bed. And, you know, so I feel like, you know, gaming is only going to get better, and it's only going to push me to want to play more, you know. I mean, I love video games, you know, like I've stated in my last couple of videos that I've posted. And I've always felt that it's just going to keep growing, you know, and I'm going to play as long as I can for, you know. I mean, shit, the only way I'll probably stop playing is like the day that I die or something. And hopefully, God be willing, that won't be till I'm like 90 or 100 years old. I mean, I don't know. As long as I can still lift up a controller and be able to play and experience those games with my wife and my sons, and you know, like even their sons, you know. I mean, I always think about, you know, I'm kind of going off topic, but I always think about, you know, the day when my kids get older and I'm able to show them, you know, video games that I love growing up, you know, on the Nintendo 64, things like that. Maybe by the time my kids are maybe 10 years old and they're already older, you know, gaming's going to be different, you know. I mean, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I have a feeling that it's going to be better, more interactive and things like that. So experience that, looking forward to those type of things, you know, and having more family members of mine, you know, that used to be naysayers and used to be haters on video games, you know, show them that, you know, there's these games that they can play, you know, as entertainment, and to keep you through positive times, you know. I mean, through negative times, and they help you, you know, whether you're dealing with negative times or positive, or like, I mean, or like positive or negative times, you know. I mean, they're able to help you and, you know, have fun. You know, you can play split screen, you can play online if you're into that type of thing, play with people from all over the world, and you can experience those type of things. And I feel like, for me, in general, in my own opinion, I don't think gaming's ever gonna die for me. You know, I'm never gonna stop gaming, and that's just how I feel about it, you know. I mean, maybe, you know, you guys, you know, you work a lot. Maybe you work 12, 15-hour shifts or 8-hour shifts, or, you know, or you're busy working 6 10s, or you're working 5 10s, or you're working 7 12s, you know, 7 days a week for 12 hours or 10 hours, and you have no time at all to game. But I mean, when you do have time to game, whether it's on your cell phone or on your smartphone, or you're able to play on your consoles of choice or your PC, you know, things like that. I mean, take advantage of those, you know, because we don't know, you know, how long video games are gonna last us, you know, or like when we're gonna find it in ourselves to say, you know what, I'm tired of video games and I'm done with it, you know. But for me, I'm not done with it, and I don't think you guys are either. You know, I mean, you guys might be older than me, younger than me, I don't know, or you guys might be the same age as me, and you guys say, you know what, screw that, fuck that, you know, I'm gonna keep the gaming as long as I'm able to hold a control in my hands, you know. And that's the way that I see it, you know. The day that I can't hold up a control anymore and I can't play, then I can't play video games, you know. That's just pretty much, that's pretty much it. But for now, I'm still gonna keep gaming, and I'm gonna look forward to the times when my kids grow older and I can play with them, you know, play games with them, experience, you know, split screen experience, you know. Once my kids come at the right age of, you know, of maturity, and they're able to play, you know, a Gears of War, or they're able to play Resident Evil with me and things like that, you know, like I want them to experience those type of things. And basically, it's like, those are the type of things that I'm looking forward to. And I just hope that you know, I mean, with all these games, you know, it's a giant backlog in itself that I have to experience and play. But I'm gonna play them one by one when I can, and just never stop gaming, I guess, in general. So I mean, that's my honest answer for you guys. You know, in this rant vlog discussion video that I wanted to do. You know, so that's my topic for today. Is basically, will you ever stop gaming? You know, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? You know, like, let's interact and talk. And if you guys, you know, want to do a video response, then I'll be more than happy, you know, to see that. You know, because I've been waiting, you know, like, to see that. Also, you know, having a video response and things like that from other people in the community also. You know, so I mean, the topic is, you know, will you ever stop gaming? And if you do, you know, it sucks, but you know, you're gonna miss out on many games, you know, coming out in the next generations and things like that. But there's always gonna be more games for us to play, no matter what generation you fall in love with them. My wife's trying to give me like little reasons why, you know, and it's like, you know, maybe you know, you can't really play games because, you know, you're busy working, or you know, you have issues right now, or you have family issues, or you're taking care of your family, things like that. I mean, they're just gonna drink some water, but you know, what are the reasons why you stop? Why do you? What are the reasons why you think you're gonna stop gaming? You know, for me, you know, with work, moving, dealing with family, those can all be reasons. You know, or dealing with life issues and you're having a hard time. You know, maybe you don't want to do anything and you just want to, you know, just be in your room or something. I don't know. You know, I mean, there's many reasons why people would stop gaming, or people would stop many things. You know what I mean? But for me, my time constraint is limited, but I'm gonna play when I can. So let me know what you guys think. I kind of felt like I was all over the place in this video, but I got my point across. You know, so basically, yeah, just, you know, let me know what you guys feel in the comments, and then I'll just, you know, I mean, I guess that's it. Thanks very much, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and God bless.